Okay, so I wanted to talk. Oh, great! Now I'm echoing. Am I echoing? No. So I just wanted to talk through some things for Team Cup, and not just so much like have a call and I'm talking the whole time, but if you guys have any ideas, I'd love to hear those too, and just kind of brainstorm together and touch base on, like, I don't know, some strategies for us as we pick up. So for those that don't know or haven't done a Team Cup before, Team Cup is basically an opportunity for us to come together in groups of 5 and win some really awesome prizes and really boost our businesses and kind of like 10x everything to see what we're capable of. So it's a time that we can burst through the limiting beliefs that a lot of times keep us trapped. Like, okay, well, we thought that we could help 3 people a month for so long, but actually we're really capable of helping 20, you know? So 10xing that to the point where, like, you push yourself to the next level because we're here as a team, helping each other, inspiring each other, and also we get prizes for doing it too. So I would remember that everything that's going on during Team Cup month is going to not only set us up for August. I'm not laughing, okay? I need you to go twice. Everything that we do in August is going to set us up for the entirety of the year. We haven't talked about this too much. I don't know about, we haven't talked about this much in a while, but when we're talking to people now, the general timeline is 30 to 90 days out where they're going to actually commit to something. So it's sort of like planting the seed now for the future. So what you're doing now is not going to pay off necessarily in the now, but it's going to pay off in 1 to 3 months. And so that's why, Sabina, I was telling you, like, your first month is the hardest because you don't have any of that. You haven't planted any seeds yet. So we're setting ourselves up for the rest of the year. We're going to be able to win prizes. We're going to have an awesome 4th quarter. We're also setting ourselves up to lock in the bonuses that have just become available. And those are $250. You have an opportunity to win $250 in the 3rd quarter and $250 in the 4th quarter. So you can win $500 by the end of it. By hitting Success Club every month and getting to the diamond rank, which is really doable for everyone on this call, because I know Laura Gallup hit diamond in 24 days, and mine was 90. So it's something that's totally possible for you guys to help yourself to those places of hitting those bonuses and knocking that in. And let's see. So we have our thread obviously already, and I'm gonna open up a team page too. I think. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think we need more than the thread? Should we have it also a page just for our team, or are we good with the thread? I don't want to like make it overwhelming.
I personally think I would like the Facebook page, that's what the other option is.
Yeah. Well, we could do both. I mean, let's just leave the thread open and then we'll just open up the page if we have like specific examples we want questions on or want to share. I think the big thing with the page is like it might be a little bit easier or just nice to be able to flip through it. Like I want everyone to be a lot more comfortable sharing specific conversations that they're having, so we can talk through objections, invitations, like what we would say in certain scenarios, and that's going to help everyone learn from each other. So I think the page might be easier for that because we're all able to be in there and looking through different things and scripts and whatnot. So I'll just open up a team page, and then we'll just keep the thread open. So we're going to plan to talk once a week for sure. Hopefully we could just stick with Monday. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write down Monday at 5, and then if we need we'll have the team page. We'll talk weekly and do check-ins. So everyone needs to be sure to record their progress throughout the week. Ashley printed off our GoFundMe. Sabina, have you seen that yet?
What is it called?
So basically, during the month of August, it's like, so there's this concept, right, that it's really hard to get a no. You just said you had a lot of no's. I was thinking about the sheet already. But it's really hard to get a no. It's a lot actually easier. No. What is the percentage? It's something crazy. Like for every, I don't know, I can't, actually, you might know better than me. Explain your sheet.
Is that's the sheet with like a bunch of squares and you write all the names?
Yeah, of the no, of like, yeah. We can't hear you.
So, okay, the sheet with all the squares, that's the one that Dana made. The one that I made, I'm more of like a numbered checklist kind of person. Like that squarey sheet kind of stressed me out when I saw it. So what I did was, this is actually, I guess, pre-Dana's. I created a Google document, and on one side there are 50 lines with numbers. And then below, then the idea is if the more people that you invite, the more options you are to get a yes. Right. So, but people don't invite that much because they're afraid of getting no's. So if you go for 50 no's, chances are you're going to get a lot more yeses than you actually think you are. So I put 50 no's on one side of the paper, and at the bottom, I made a little ditty that said, oops, someone said yes. And then there's like maybe 5 or so lines down there that if someone's like chatting with you, you can write their name down there. And then there's another section if you invite someone to coaching. But what that does is on one sheet of paper, if you print it both sides, you've got 100 invites on there. And then you can easily keep track of them. So what I do is if they respond to me, I highlight their number next to their name. And then if they say no, I put a little X through it. I know to, then like I'll invite them to a free group where I thank them and say, in the future, if you have any friends or family that are interested, I'm always here to help, whatever. And I can send you the scripts that I'm using if you want. But that way it's all on one sheet of paper and it's all just inviting. So I kind of eliminated the distractions of the daily to-dos that I knew I was doing already. So that way I could just strictly focus on my invites.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm doing right now, I just watched that video that you sent me, the 7 like steps.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Funnel.
So
I can post that too. I might.
So on my Asana, I created like August Instagram or whatever, and I have week 1, and then in every week I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all the days, and every day I'm inviting 5. And then the next day I'm going to take those 5 and, comment again or not invite, comment on another 5. And I'm doing like her 7 steps.
Wait, you're putting them in like a comment section and then moving them through? Sorry, I just kind of lost you there.
Sorry, that's because I said some wrong things. So every day I pick 5 people. So like today is day 1 for me because I just watched the video. So I commented on 5 people's Instagrams, like likes and comments. Then tomorrow I'll do another 5 new people, but I'll take those other 5 people and comment again. Then my third step is going to be the invite and then follow up and like 5 every single day.
Okay.
So that'll have a lot.
Yeah, I think, for me, that's definitely something that, so last night I took the night to write down like my goals for the week and personal and business and what things I wanted to work on. And I wrote down Instagram. So that is like on my radar to definitely invite 5 people a day via Instagram. I think that's totally doable. Like I have definitely enough people on Instagram watching my videos and even, and the same thing, commenting too. Like I've been replying to people's stories and I don't know why, it just feels like so much more personal to reply to their story, to like see their life. I don't know, but I'm sure that's like the whole point. That's probably what they think about me when they watch my story. So, yeah, I love that. I think that's great. I think, as you were talking, both of you guys, I think it would be really cool to pick like date, like we could do Monday through Friday because there's 5 of us, and maybe pick a day that we each go live in the group and share a tip that's working really well for us. So like go on our live page and everyone can have their one day throughout the month. Does that sound good?
Which page?
Yeah. In our Team Cup page that I'll open.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It'll just be the 5 of us, so it'll be good if we just did Monday through Friday, and then obviously we don't do weekends, but we'll cover Monday through Friday.
And what I found that worked a lot, which was your tip the other day, is for people who weren't answering me, I wrote all of them like, hey, I don't want to waste your time, but you know, like I have this thing starting in 2 days and I just wanted to know if you're interested. If not, let me know and like I'll stop bothering you. And then people really get back to that message. I got a lot of responses from that, so that was
like how
very
you
helpful.
worded it, because I kind of worded it like him, and I was like, I think this sounds kind of mean. And I only wrote it to one person, and the girl wrote back, "Wow," and I was like, oh, I don't think that went well.
No, mine all went really well. Like,
okay,
mine all went really well.
Like, I think like taking you off the list sounds like really serious, but
yeah,
bothering you is like way better.
Yeah, I just was like, I'll stop asking you, and then I always end it with, and you know, and if you want me to stop bothering you, let me know in the future if you ever are interested. But then I also tag them in my Asana to follow up with them next month anyway.
Right. I know. I was thinking to myself, when I have someone that says no, am I going to take them off of Asana, or am I just going to still really bother them actually?
Well, the first few things I listened to, it was like if they say no, take them off, and they don't put them on a list until they actually friend request you or follow you. But this video I just watched with the 7 steps, she pretty much just made it sound like you make a list, you keep annoying them and talking to them and commenting, and then invite them, like no matter what, like even if they're not following you, just show them that you care.
Honestly, though, like, I mean, I feel like I've heard a million videos where they're like, no, just like literally invite them until you think you're being the most ridiculous person in the world. And I've done that. Like, I actually just forced myself to do it, even though I'm like, this person has not responded to me in like 8 months or 9 months or a year. And I've still even had people after that be like, yeah, like I'm in. And I'm like, what? You didn't respond for a whole year.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, so definitely keep following up. And that was what I wanted to talk about, was just making sure that like we have a big follow-up list ready. I mean, I personally have been going through all of my old Power Hour scripts and a Facebook list that I had printed off right when I started and adding it into Asana. So as I message the person, I put it in Asana so I don't have to put it on paper anymore. So that's what I'm going through right now. But then once they're in Asana, I won't have to obviously use my paper anymore. And then, or if you don't, like, so for the new coaches, Sabina, you, and then I know Kayla as well. I mean, obviously you guys are watching the recording, but if you don't have a big master list, obviously doing that too, but keeping in mind that we're still adding. I think she's been doing an awesome job of like right out of the gate is like making sure she's adding people every single day and starting the new conversations. It's super important. So the whole thing is, like, Team Cup is this awesome opportunity for us to totally kick ass and do things that we never thought we could do. But at the core of all of this really is like nothing crazy except for, like I said in the beginning of the call, 10xing all of the vital behaviors, the basic behaviors. So we're going to be able to get really great because we're doing so much volume of these vital behaviors. We're going to be able to get so great at them. And that's the other reason that this is going to help propel our businesses throughout the year. It's nothing extra that we're doing except for more quantity of the things that we should be doing in our businesses anyways. Yeah. And let's see, so we'll be talking through together in the team page, like best practices, like any invites that are working super well for you. I personally have a note section that I literally update like every time something goes well. If someone responds to me right away, I'm like, oh, that's a good invite. I'm gonna add that one to my notes. Yeah. So I'll be sharing a lot of that stuff that I have saved, which is like crazy unorganized, I have to admit, but it's on my list to organize. But I'll share it all in our groups, and I want everyone to feel like totally welcome to share all the things that are working for them too, because I know, I mean, even my strengths and weaknesses are not the same as Ashley's and Sabina's, and I think, and obviously Sarah and Kayla, so we'll all be able to help each other. So definitely, if something's working super well for you, please, 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 please share it. Check in every day and see what's going on. Help each other. Like so we win prizes not just by personally hitting our Success Club goals, but by everyone hitting Success Club goals too. So there's personal prizes, like if you get 5, you get a prize. But if you get 5 and the whole team gets 5, then there's another prize. That makes sense. Let's see, other things that I'm thinking of, and you guys, we can talk about what would help, or just like brainstorming some things for social media, or like if you have a good post idea or something that really prompted you to think through a story, like sharing that in our team in the page, and shouting out challenges, you know, like if you have something that you posted that you're like, man, I think that was a really good post. Like, okay, I challenge everyone. Actually, today I really wanted to do this. I challenge everyone to go live and talk about their week 1 experiences with Shift Shop and what changes that they've noticed and what they liked and disliked. So things like that. Like if you think of something really great, that's a good prompt for social media. I think challenging everyone on the team in our group to do that is awesome too.
I like that idea.
Even like thinking through a calendar, I kind of wanted to just put together like some loose ideas for social media as we're brainstorming out the month of August period. Hold on, sorry. Oh my God. Sorry. All right, sorry. It's because she dropped a bunch of cards. I thought she was really hurt. Okay, so I'll put together like a calendar with some ideas too. I mean, I want to put together a calendar anyways for just like what our schedule looks like for the month. Ashley, I mean, I know you usually run your own challenge group, so what are you thinking as far as your timing for your challenge group?
Our start date for prep week is also the 14th. So
Okay.
It works out perfect. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I talked to Sari about it a bit today, so.
Wait, what'd you say?
Sari and I talked about it today, so that's our start date, and it's just going to be kind of like we're debating back to school or like fresh start fall or something like that. Okay.
So far with my invites have kind of gone the route of like, this is my last group of the summer. So
that's a good idea.
That like creates more urgency, but I don't know. Last summer group, like especially for those people that have kind of like just dragged their asses the whole summer and like, okay, last chance for summer, and like, I don't know, we're gonna do things differently or whatever, something along those lines. And then,
I have a question.
Wait, what?
I have a question.
Okay.
Because I'm not sure if that's what you guys were talking with Ashley. So as I'm starting to send these invites and convos and stuff for August, I was thinking like, you know, you want to give them, I heard a lot about like a kind of a sense of urgency with like a plan, like, oh, my next challenge group is starting in 2 weeks, and you need like a week to get everything in the mail. So, you know, to like try to get people to commit. When should I be planning, or do we have a plan to like start the next challenge group? So I can tell people like what I need them to.
So here's like why the whole, like for me, I've really utilized prep week as like giving myself more time. Like the whole reason I have for me like started doing prep week, I feel like, was because I could give people the August 14th deadline, and then when August 14th got too close, I could just tell them it's that next week, and that prep week is going on right now where they can jump in and learn like how to get started. So like I never, like I have that whole time to keep bumping it back, basically the first 2 weeks of August, which like hopefully will give us all enough time to really like get our Success Club numbers up pretty high. And then from there, usually switch to try to get people to coach. But in the beginning, and Ashley, like you could totally answer and chime in on here too, because I feel like lately it's been sort of something where I've been struggling at the end of the month doing like what I should do as well. But I used to, Sabina, all the time, because I never filled my challenge groups up on time. I would just tell people, like, I have a challenge group going on right now, and you could literally be working out tomorrow because everything's all access. And so that might be the route that we all just want to go the whole month of August, just to get up as high as, help as many people as we can. What do you do, Ashley? Uh-oh.
You just got home.
Wait, what?
I'm going to have to jump on to going like nonstop. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm really struggling with this month, so I don't feel like I'm answer this question.
Okay. No, you got this. You only need one more, right?
Yeah, and I've got so many people like on the edge, but now it's like 7:30 the last night, so, and I'm heading into work into a case. So I'm like sending out Hail Marys.
Yeah.
I never get off-away prizes because my people don't really seem to care about that kind of stuff, but I've even like, hey, do you have any more questions? I have one extra group book this month, so if you're ready to join, I'd love to mail it to you, and it'll help you get started on the right foot. Like, that's kind of what I'm sending out right now.
Yeah. Sabina, we talked about the incentive thing. I actually, now that she was just talking, I was thinking a lot of times what I do is just say that I have one or two, like still have 2 spots open, and that if she wanted to, she could, they could totally jump in. I don't necessarily give a start date. I just say like, oh my God, we just started. I have 2 spots left. I could get you in, and we could get you going right away, kind of thing.
So then do you have a Facebook group for that and like a specific schedule?
No, I would just put them in the group that was already going and then just transition them over. As I'm like talking through this right now, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know why I don't just have like a prep group open. Like, it makes sense to just have like that prep week in a separate group. So if someone jumps in late, we could add them in there and be like, hey, look over this information that we covered in prep week, and you could jump right in.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just do that. I feel like that would be helpful, because then everyone could just look through it if they started late.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter when they jump into their prep week.
Right. Okay.
Because I'm just trying to figure out if I'm gonna do like a 1 week, like kind of what you did with me. I don't know what you called it, like a 1 week challenge to get people interested, and then we start. Like, do you do a challenge group a month, or how does this?
Yeah. So, and I wrote that down too, actually, if we wanted to see if we wanted to do a free group. So normally I do the free group the first week of the month, because if they finish the free group, they have enough time to order to get set up to start officially the 3rd week. So the 3rd week of the 3rd Monday is when the challenge group starts every time. So free group is the first. The new coach training is the 1st Monday also. The 2nd Monday is prep week. The 3rd Monday is the challenge group.
Do you have that like written down, or I need to write that down?
No, but I should do that anyways. And the 4th week, I really concentrate on more like doing the coach sneak peeks, because so how that works is like, okay, if they started officially the 3rd week, they're a week into their challenge when you're asking people if they've ever thought about coaching. So then you can invite them that 4th week to get them into the training that starts on that Monday. Okay.
So yeah, if it's the 4th week and the challenges are normally like 21 days.
Hold on, I'll find it.
Is it the first 3 weeks of the month that's the challenge group, and at the end of the 3rd week you're saying like, hey, you'd be a great coach?
So if the 2nd week is prep week, right? The 3rd week
is when they start.
Is their official start. When they're a weekend, that's when they're like the most excited, and that's when I would usually tell people, yeah, you would be a great coach, because it kind of like keeps their momentum going anyways. Even if they like don't decide to coach, usually they start thinking about it, and they'll at least like get some better results, you know, because they feel like
maybe okay.
And then they get into that too. Yeah.
So second week is when the challenges normally start. After a week is when you do like a coaching info. And then the first week is when you do like a prep.
Wait, what? No, you're
like a okay, no, wait, I got it. Or at least this is what sounds good.
I'll write it down.
What sounds good to me, and maybe this is, I think, what you're saying. The first week is like maybe a free challenge week for anyone that you want to start that way.
Yeah.
Second week is like prep week. The beginning of the third week starts the challenge. The beginning of the fourth week, you're talking about coaching.
Yeah.
And then it starts over. Okay.
Yeah. And doing like coach sneak peeks too, which is the other thing I wanted to talk about, like scheduling those into our calendar. But when I make like a calendar, I'll just put some in there, and we could do like, I think we should do one this week, because the training's going to start on the 7th, and then we'll do one or two more.
Mom, this is
I'll look at the calendar.
Okay. I don't know if this is too much for me too soon, but should I tell people like now, like ASAP, everybody who was like thinking about it last month and the people I'm talking to now, like that, you know, starting maybe next Monday, I'm going to do a week free thing. And then the following week after that, it'll be like, okay, I'm doing a challenge group. Do you want to jump in?
Yeah. For sure.
Okay. And then, so if I start a free challenge group for the week, hey, do you want to do it with me? And if not, do you just do like a Facebook group? And
no, I'll totally do it. I wanted to put one together, and I didn't know if I had enough time to like figure it all out. So if you want to do it together, I'm totally down.
Well, let me see maybe today and tomorrow how many people I'm talking to that I could invite and see.
Because tomorrow is Tuesday. Oh, so it'd be the 7th. So we have a week to figure that out, which is nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that should be fine. I feel like that would be a good way. And then everyone could do that too. I mean, we could just run it even like with our team cup team, and then everyone could even just like take a day, which really wouldn't be that much work at all.
No, that'd be easy.
We could take 2 days, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we need to pick a theme though. Like, I don't know if I should keep doing Sean Week or like, I don't know.
You know what I really liked? I love Sean Week, and so I'm not against that one, but I know it's super intense. I mean, like, I did a Sean the other day, and it killed me. I mean, every time I do Sean, I'm like, this is like the hardest thing that I've done.
It is the hardest.
So either maybe like that week you did where it was like a jumbled mix.
Yeah.
Or like just 1 week of a program or something, like. To be honest, I mean, I've only done a week, so maybe it gets better. I like Shift Shop, but it's not my favorite. I feel
the same way.
It wouldn't be like what I would go back to.
I like it. It's just not my style of workout. Like it's not like when I'm doing it, I'm like, I'm just not. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna finish it for 100%. Yeah. I might actually even do another round, but of like the deluxe calendar or whatever.
Yeah, no, I don't dislike it. It just wouldn't be the thing that I would get people in the door with. Like, oh.
Totally, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
So then, like, maybe let's just create something like based on the body part that like people would want to work, or like just a challenge. I don't know.
Well, I like that idea.
We could brainstorm that.
Okay.
Let's figure that out though. We could like think about it and figure that out ASAP so we could start talking about it.
Yeah.
And then what else? Let me look at now I'm like distracted. I forgot if there's anything else I wanted to chat about.
I have some time tomorrow afternoon. like a 4-hour break tomorrow afternoon, so I can work on that and maybe flip through some of the videos and see what I think about what videos we could do. The other thing is, oh, and then Wednesday, I'm trying to get a half day off on Wednesday. Fingers crossed. And then Thursday, I always have the afternoon off in the summer. So the next 3 days, I'll put
Okay, so let's plan to talk on Thursday and get it like dialed in. And then anyone else wants to that's watching this recording, you guys can join us for that too.
Okay.
And then, getting great. Order for follow-ups. So the other thing I wrote down is that we could ask people if they wanted to buy the sampler for the free group of Shakeology, but they're not going to have enough time to get it, I don't think. So that's probably out.
Oh, I see. So like, hey, I'm doing a free group and I recommend you get the sampler.
Yeah. Because it's like it's $35, I think. And
yeah.
Enough. I think it's 6 packets actually, but yeah, they're not going to have enough time to get it in time.
Yeah. If we're starting that Monday, it would only be for the people who like wanted to commit in the next day.
Yeah, like now.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other thing that I wrote down was like, if we wanted to tie down, I just heard this, I think, on some call, but any personal development to anything, like a book for like our challenge.
Yeah. Yes. What's the book you recommended to me? I'm gonna read. It's on my list. Like about like a cumulative effect, compound effect. Yeah. So my book club meets next week, so I'm gonna finish my book this weekend, hopefully, and then I'm ready to start a new book.
Okay. Wait, as in you're gonna start the compound effect after that?
Yes, or whatever you think we should do.
Oh my God, Sabina, I think that you should read the 10X rule.
10X?
You would love it. Yeah.
Let me write that
down. Why? Because you're like really motivated like me. I like the tough love, so I was just like, give it to me. Like, okay, if you want, like, I don't know, I'm just really motivated by like, if you want something, go after it. Like, it's that simple, kind of like real talk kind of thing. I don't know. The 10X rule was like, I felt like I was the most motivated to wake up early and get shit done every single day when I was reading that book. But anyway, I was also thinking just like as far as incorporating a book into our challenge or incorporating a book into a free group that we do, or if we wanted to read a book as a group during the month, we could think about that.
I love the idea of incorporating a book into either a challenge or a free group. I mean, the free group is kind of short, so maybe it would have to be a short book. But I mean, I read the last one you gave me in 4 days. I don't know how long that was. The girl code.
Yeah, that was really fast of you.
Yeah.
I don't think most people read like that. But yeah, I feel like there are a few short books that might be great. So maybe we could just kind of do some research and figure out if there is one that would fit. Because I don't know, the more I've been thinking about it, the more I realize like it's not, I mean, the results and feeling good is one thing, but like people's mindsets have to be in the right place if they want to make any sort of change. And that's something that we don't talk about enough, I don't think.
Well, I think it just inspires you overall in everything. So it's going to inspire your workout. It's going to inspire your eating. It's going to inspire your work. And I also think it would be a good thing if we talked about, doing like daily going live in a Facebook group. If we're reading a book, then we have something to be like, I liked when she said this, or something to talk about in the live.
I know. I love that. I've asked people to go live before and no one listens or does it. But I think if everyone, I know you will. I think if everyone was reading a book, that we would all have some things to talk about and relate on. It's almost easier because like you've read the book, you have some ideas and some concepts that you could share rather than like trying to create them in your head.
I would present it to the group as optional, like, oh, and we're also going to read this book if you want to read it along, so it doesn't seem like another homework that they have to do. But if we're talking about it and it sounds inspiring, maybe they'll be like, oh, I actually do want to read.
Yeah, and I feel like in the free group is like where this. I mean, it's going to help in our challenge group too. But like as far as Team Cup is concerned, like it would help in the free group because then everyone's feeling like really inspired to do the challenge after the mindset and the fitness work.
And then maybe to become a coach.
And become a coach is why it would help in the challenge. So then yeah. I think that's great. We should try to figure out a book. So that's everyone's homework is to come up with a book that is maybe doable in 7 days. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. I don't want to keep this like super long so everyone can watch the recording, but does anyone do you guys have any other, Kayla, looks like you're driving, but any other thoughts about, okay, here. Any other thoughts on Team Cup or ideas to help everyone 10x everything?
Getting started as my ideas come, I'll spit them out, but I'm definitely going to try with the 5 people a day. I think my problem last time was like I was waiting, you know, I was like, wait for people to comment on your pictures, and then when you see a new name, like then talk to them, or wait for someone to follow you and then talk to them, and it just wasn't happening that much for me where it was like my person. Someone would comment and they had like 10,000 followers, and you know, like they weren't my people. So I was like, okay, so there weren't enough people. So now I'm like approaching it more like I'm on offense.
I think that's good. Like I've been feeling the same way. Like I realized that I had done that a little bit. Like I had gone in and really found quite a few people because I was flipping through all the stories. And when I would go to their profiles, I was like, oh, that's my target. This person looks like me. Like I actually have already followed this person because I thought like they were a good fit, and I never like really did anything with it. So I think because I made some time to go out and do that, that's how I had the people, but I have to now be the person to go out and like put out the conversations. So I 100% agree. I feel like the people that like just comment on mine are those like big people that are using weird robots that don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, let you know how it goes.
Yeah, I hope it goes well. I need to definitely, I definitely feel like the vibe on Instagram, it's like so much easier to get to, I don't know, everyone kept saying it's easier to get to know someone, and I was like, I don't know. But now I'm like, oh yeah, I like totally feel like I know you because of your story.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it's funny, I have a lot of people though, like we started conversations and then it shifted more to like health and fitness, and then I told them what I was doing, and they were like, yeah, like I'm really into it. A couple of people were like, but I don't know you, so it's kind of weird. And I'm like, you're not paying me directly. So I feel like people just have to get comfortable with you, and maybe that takes a few weeks, and I was trying to do it in a few days. So I think they'll be good for like August or September, but.
I don't know if you saw, like, I think it was Haley Christian that had some kind of chat she was doing where she said something like, once she gets to that point where they're kind of talking about a challenge, or if someone were to say something like that, she'd be like, or like, I don't know. At a certain point in the conversation, she would just say, girl, this is kind of crazy. We're going back and forth on Instagram chat. Like, just here's my phone number, or like, give me your phone number, text you. And I thought that was so smart, because then it makes it seem like you're so much closer, and you know.
Exactly.
Anyways, I gotta go. I gotta wrap this up. My kid is like so over it. But thanks for hopping on. I hope this was helpful for everyone that caught the recording. And Thursday for talking about dialing in everything for free.
I'll talk to you then.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.